I think we'll be hearing the word gale mentioned quite a bit in the forecast over the next few days. We're looking out to the Atlantic for our weather, and that's a fairly stormy place, of course, at this time of the year. So bands of heavy rain coming in with those strong winds, but at least there'll be some drier and brighter spells in between. But not a great deal of brightness this afternoon. Perhaps still the odd glimmer of sunshine in the southeast corner of England and across the northwest of Scotland. But elsewhere, it's a fairly cloudy picture. Some rain at times, particularly through Scotland, but fairly light and patchy if you do see any rain elsewhere. And those temperatures, well, near or a little bit above average. Still a little on the cool side, though, through eastern parts of England. Let's head a little bit further afield, and we move away from the cloudy skies across our part of the world. All too clear, the skies across the Alps still. Some much needed snow for the alpine ski resorts, but rather more in the way of cloud as we move down through Greece. So here quite showery in Athens through Thursday and Friday. Temperatures getting back nearer normal, 16 degrees, but still pretty cold through many parts of Germany. Frankfurt there, you can see temperatures struggling to get above freezing. But back here, I don't think we'll see temperatures below freezing anywhere during tonight. Perhaps down to 3 degrees across some eastern parts of Scotland. Elsewhere, cloud and the wind holding temperatures fairly well up, and those winds freshening as this area of rain moves in, really turning quite wet, I think, by the end of the night across Northern Ireland, southern Scotland, northern parts of England, and a very wet start to the day here tomorrow. But the rain will soon clear from Northern Ireland, much of Scotland as we go through in towards the afternoon. Feeling colder here, though, as the winds come in from the west, and it's a very wet afternoon for much of England and Wales, with that rain beginning to push in here. As I mentioned, there's some windy weather on the way. Wind's really a feature of the forecast right through the weekend and into the early part of next week. Gales, perhaps even severe gales across more northwestern parts of the UK, and all the time bringing in those further bands of rain. Another one of those coming in for Friday. Perhaps a chilly start across eastern areas just to begin with, but that rain pushing in along with those strengthening winds. We're expecting to see gales across some western areas for a time. Very wet here. Although it may well be after dark before that rain arrives across more eastern parts of England. It's back to sunshine and showers as we go through into the early part of the weekend. Again, those gales in evidence across the northwest, and then yet more wet and very windy weather coming in across all areas as we go through the second half of the weekend. So a pretty unsettled picture.